khaki pants, mining in America, cursed by monopoly. Hate isn't lyrical, nor patience an unending schedule. Penn Station shut it down. You don't need to add anything to most verbs in Spanish. The meme, Argentines ascending the roller coaster of hell, neon blonde. Brazilians on fire crossing past them as skeletons. Charon in LATAM backwater. Nervous energy deeming what? The process? If not attention, at some point, my muscles cramping. Walking around without headphones in the city. 18 Spanish tenses, including the future perfect. A beautiful goal crashing Mexico's sub-17. I can't believe they're hawkish about culture. Beyond identifying an unknown but felt whole, the complete poems of Christopher Ray Pérez Guerrero. Rhythm surging into benediction. The land tilled in perpetuity. Lavender sachets, conventional wisdom, romanticism. Gory translations confounding discourse for discipline. Vertebrae breaking coconuts. Was the copula or forensis? The comma splicing elsewhere without Godard. Why you languish? Buried in foam, sea nets. It's not like the river to be taking our leftover resources. Passing the intestine, we're motivated. Truncated by alternatives. The subtle lift of day in this reflection feeling more hopeful. We're worse off, but doing better. Since before we were good, but that was a lie. Unlike now that we're worse off, and that's the truth. Thank you.
Next up is Funto Omojola, author of If I Gather Here and Shout. Funto is a writer and performer living in NYC.
Hi. Erora, erora o, aye mama gbegbe o. Erora, erora o, aye mama gbegbe o. Pa sing song today, Pa a sing song today, Pa a disco until dawn, dun dun, the danciest dancer man that ever did dance today. Pa tap today, Pa pray today, the type of praying that offers mercy today. Pa anonymous today, Pa animated today, Pa press 4 fingers on the temples of anyone in the village who will accept today, who will allow today. Pa victorious today, Pa gift glorious today, Pa find stones he's hidden under bed today, Pa praise worshiping today, Pa figging today, Pa sound today, Pa wombing today, Pa glorifies today, Pa sanctimonious today, Pa sacrilege today, Pa do a ditty today, Pa raise both legs today, Pa float today, Pa propping thing today, Pa brimming thing today, Pa be a brim today, Pa sapid today, Pa feasting today, Pa unboys today, Pa unfurls today, Pa be moon today, Pa mooned today, Pa sleep slopping today, Pa sleep slooping today, Pa astound today, Pa festound today, Pa spa a spelling thing, Pa a spell thing. Pa's pa a felting thing, Pa a felt thing. Pa's pa a bludgeoning thing, Pa a bludgeon thing. Pa's pa arriving thing, Pa arrive thing. Pa's pa a shelling thing, Pa a shell thing. Pa's pa a wounding thing, Pa a wound thing. Thank you.
All right, next up we have Jennifer Firestone. Jennifer Firestone is the author of 5 books of poetry, the co-editor with Marcella Durand of the MIT collection Other Influences, An Untold History of Feminist Avant-Garde Poetry, and the chair of writing at the New School's Eugene Lang College.
Thank you so much. Huge congratulations, Nicole. Yeah, thank you, everyone. New Year. On the precipice of newness, I find it hard to know what to say, to douse my words with something shiny. The snow, amorphous because it falls to the ground, and the same old bed is the same old bed. Suddenly, the molecules become unchartered. Something has risen, fallen, then fizzled. At the holiday dinner party, he said, "I feel euphoric," and his eyes were afire. Look around me, look at the feast." And I said, "Well, ride that wave, you must." I saw the candles, the pies, the walnuts, the berries. I sank into a sofa with a worn pillow and a single draping lamp, and I watched the gathered people, how stems appear delicate between their fingers, what charms and relics reside on the console. The art on the walls display charcoal smudging that suggests a dour playfulness. There's nothing exactly wrong with these people. I want to hear that Spanish song, that tinkling bell, sip a dollop of tepid soup. Something is new to the oldness when the skin appears tinted but fades, or the way you leave without saying farewell. I need to make sure that language comes out with feelings, that I uncross my arms, open my chest to your living presence, that I talk about the poem or song even if you do not. Snowing again, but this time it's the movie. Can you bring the blanket over my toes and indulge silence? Sorry, I know this isn't sexual or even sardonic, and I wander room to room and pick up things or rearrange things or put things away and take other things out again. I'm tired of tiredness. Isn't that silly? I stare mercifully at the birds and dying grass and strings of light that cling thick droplets. I stare into a neighbor's window with an eternal dim light, but never see a visitor at their door. There's no way out, just more in. You go deeper into the tunnel, smell the humidity on the walls, dip your measuring stick into the soil. We know where this is going, even if we can't say it, even if we want to ritualize newness so we can unwrap it again and again. She once told me, "You just choose. You choose to be okay." Is that why I was paying her so much every month? How much agency is in perspective? Will perspective lend itself to activity? Will I lean my legs over the edge of bed to feel the ground beneath my feet? Thank you.
Mariana Valencia performs and choreographs experimental dance. She's presented her work in New York and across the US, as well as in Norway, the Balkans, and the UK. Valencia is the author of 3 dance books. Most recently, her writing was included in Dance Histories, Imagination as a Form of Study. Please welcome Mariana.
Hello. Shout out to the new year. Shout out to love. Shout out to growing. Shout out to improvising. Shout out to you. Shout out to us. My grandmother makes magic rice, and I will share that recipe with you today. Now, my wife and I have asked for this recipe many times, and before I met her, I used to ask my grandmother the same question. Grandma, how do you make your magic rice? And, you know, she makes it sound so easy, and she makes it sound like it kind of doesn't matter. And I've watched her do it, and it kind of, you know, she's busy. That's all I know. I don't really know that she's worried about the order per se, or she's just worried about it feeding people. She's worried about it being infused with love. So I think that the recipe is you boil some chicken, and you're going to save that for later. And you throw in some garlic and some oil and butter, and you fry the rice raw, raw. And then something in the translation from when she made this rice in Guatemala versus where she ended up making it for, I guess, 50 years of her life in Chicago, she used to chop up the vegetables that went in the rice, but now she just buys a frozen bag of veggies. So she throws that in, and saffron, and if you don't have saffron, the amendment, the Chicago version is you put in Goya seasoning. It's not the same. She recognizes it is never the same as saffron, but if you're in a pinch, you know, it works with the translation. And then, you know, you throw in a thing of capers, you throw in a thing of olives. Oh, and by the way, by now you've boiled the eggs. And then you put the broth. And at some point, you took the meat off the bones of the chicken, and you save that for later. And, oh, did I say you put garlic in it? You put garlic at the top with the butter. When you fry the rice is raw. And then you put the broth and the chicken chunks, and you cover it, and you forget about it. And it's ready. And that's the magic rice. You know, it's really easy. It's just a couple ingredients. Oh, but when you serve it, so then it's ready, right? And you slice up the eggs, the hard-boiled eggs, and you decorate it. And then you take jarred pimento peppers, and you put like the little slivers on it. And then you take some Parmesan cheese, and you sprinkle it, like the finely, like the powdery kind, and the finely grated kind, and that's the rice. Okay. And I just love rice. I don't know if it's because of that, or if it's because it's something that's easy to love. Does it come with rice? Yellow rice, brown rice, basmati rice, sushi rice, steamed rice, fried rice, black rice. I love black rice. Does my coffee come with rice? Does my paycheck come with rice? Does the New Year poetry reading marathon come with rice? Do my taxes come with rice? I love rice. I love rice. Yellow rice. Brown rice. Basmati rice. Sushi rice. Black rice. I'll even eat white rice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, next up we have Mónica de la Torre and Hans Tammen. Their collaborative multi-channel sound installation, Arboretum, was developed with the support of Harvest Works Digital Media Arts Center and premiered last summer on Governor's Island.
Happy New Year. It's good to be here. Really good to be here. I haven't been up here. I think it's working. Are we good? We're good? Happy New Year, for real. I just want to dedicate this reading to those beautiful souls we lost last year. Maybe not the famous souls who got an obituary, those souls that were around us, making our lives better. I want to dedicate this reading to them and those who we greeted and welcomed into the world last year. I see a few babies here, so welcome to this world and this community. Okay. After this, begin jumps. If a tree is a fact, is a copse a fact too? A fact. Chakras reluctant to open. As Lucia said, you get here, your channels close up. You get there, they open up. To enter, you must go through the copse. Abracadabra, corpse, cadaver, abrete sésamo. Open sesame, Remove the stubborn block, the language constrained at the glottis. Instead, shoot up from the crotch. Sangoloteo mínimo, eléctrico. Rattle the bifurcated trunk. Bring not the split, but the stream. As per folk etymologies, abracadabra. I will create as I speak. Conscious as self as ever displayed, splayed, open, ábrete sésamo, an evocation. A surface folds itself into a mouth. Déjame hablar aunque nadie me entienda. Misunderstood because I'm neither verby nor nouny. When you speak through scents, pheromones, toxins, and electrical signals only, the arc is harder to follow. They think we're out for ourselves only. Vainas de ajonjolí que solo con rozarse explotan y se abren. For the mystic, speaking a lingua ignota, viriditas, the natural world's greenness, is divine life's moisture. Its suitor or sap. Galicia, 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 her word for plane trees. Thank you.
Next up, we have Greg Masters. He's the author of 11 books from his imprint Crony Books. The latest is A Million Revolutions. He plays drums for the Japes. Please welcome Greg.
Thank you. Thank you, Poetry Project. Congratulations over there. Where are you? Hey. I want to dedicate my reading today to my friends, the betrothed and bedazzling Phil and Michelle. A million revolutions. As a epigram, the infrastructure will collapse. Tom York, Radiohead guy. It was a time of a million revolutions, and we were right, still are, to resist, rise, oppose the unevolved agendas and those personalities guided by complete lack of empathy, extolling nothing more than their advancement and rise to power. Enemies of critical thought, these mustard-brained so-called leaders and their followers, inflamed by fantasies of retribution against their perceived enemies, clashing with intelligence at odds with their determination to demolish opposition and hearken to nothing less than biblical retaliation. A continual reckoning, isn't it? The interference from those rationalizing their awful legacy privilege. On the local level, it's the guy a table over in a cafe speaking with colleagues on a Zoom call as if fixed in a legitimate environment. In the capital's boardrooms and seats of influence, the money persuades, entangles, and holds sway. The day is bright. I am inside with some aspect of pirate blues, impotent to thwart this outrage, other than to shout out in verse, announce the facts to those who are amenable, who give ears to this proclamation intended to expose the flagrant disguise and bear the wretched intention of those butchering decency and sabotaging agreement, pretending destiny favors, detouring the proclivities of everyone whose sense and dreams are anathema to their own. Thank you.
That's it, right?
All right. Thank you, Greg. Our last reader of the hour is Marcos de la Fuente. He is a Galician poet and performer living in New York, and he is a host at Bowery Poetry Club and the director of the Kerouac Festival. Please welcome Marcos.
Thank you, Nicole. Congrats. Thank you, Poetry Project. It's an honor to be here. I come from Galicia in the northwest of Spain, and today I want to bring my language here to this legendary place. This poem is dedicated to my wife, Vanessa Alvarez, that made a bilingual jacket for today. Thank you. Invisible strings, strings in throw, strings in the piano, strings like roots that keep you connected to your land, strings that nobody sees, nobody understands, but strings that you can feel, strings like all the existence around you. Dos outeiros surdiu un nome, Manhattan, corazón de mazá da que todos comeron, corazón de cianuro que abre a porta do Edén. Eu son a voz, I am the voice, a skyscraper that come howling by sea. From the north I come, from the east I come, from the seas. My wings grew, and now I cannot enter my body in this narrow New York apartment which leaks realities on nights of wind and rain. Xiro redor das estrelas, corpos celestes camiñando pola ponte de Brooklyn. Albisco un cordal de aceiro encandeante e os meus ollos viaxan en branco e preto, escoitando a nosa lingua nesta igrexa lesendaria. Williamsburg é a marisma de Poe facendo ruidos pola alma da praia. Williamsburg is Poe Mars crying out for the soul of beach. My feet get wet each time I leave the house because I live on a street that was a sea. Now is stolen land, and from his rooftops we watch as children are killed in Palestine. Son cordas invisíveis as que nos manteñen unidos, as mesmas que procuran estas notas, estas verbas, avanzan polo físico, transforman a materia. Invisible strings, these are what binds us together, the same strings invoked by these notes, these words, move through the physical, transform matter. The string of this mouth, the baths of those strings of leather and booth, a leviathan on the coast, a sailboat flying, a flag, a nice, healthy harvest. Quero medrar os acervos nas ramas. Quero ficar sen sombra e correr libremente. Non quero seonllos. Non quero máis, nunca máis, nin mexan por nós. Quero unha lingua viva, un horizonte baleiro, un pobo unido na linguaxe do ceo. Quen se atreve? Who will step up? Quen se atreve? I want to grow legacies on the branches. I want to be without shadows and to run freely. I don't want knees. I don't want any more nunca mais ormexan por nós. I want a living language, a clear horizon, a people united in the language of the sky. Who will step up? Who will step up? Quen se atreve? Quen se atreve? Vai coller os cascabeis o fallado. Temos traballo que facer. Come collect the bells from the roof. We have work to do. Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much to everybody who read and performed in the first hour. What a way to start the marathon off. And yeah. Let's clap. That's nice. I also want to thank you all for being here. It's really nice to have such a big crowd to start the day off. We are going to move into our second hour, but I did want to note that we have a big table of books, or many tables of books in the parish hall. A lot of those books are $10. We also have pizza by Two Boots and pierogies from Biselka, and we are selling mimosas for this afternoon. And there's coffee and tea as well. But I am now going to welcome Pamela Sneed back up for the host of our second hour.